While all premature celebrity deaths are shocking, some of the most startling are those when an entertainer dies on stage during an actual performance. For today's post, we'll take a look at sad stories of people who tragically passed away while performing on their stage. Here are biggest performers who died on their stage. Number 1. Mekaban. Haitian singer Mekaban, real name Michael Benjamin, died in the middle of a concert in Paris on October 15, 2022, after collapsing as he made his way off stage, still in view of fans. It's suspected he suffered a heart attack. He was just 41 years old. The singer was appearing at the 20,000 capacity Accor Arena in Paris as a guest of famous Haitian group Koromi. The venue tweeted that he died after suffering a seizure on stage, and despite the efforts of emergency services, which rushed to him when he collapsed. Mekaban was a huge figure in Haiti's music scene. Number 2. Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim was an American singer and musical archivist. Musician Tiny Tim suffered a heart attack on September 28, 1996, while performing at a ukulele festival at the Monte Grange Hall. After being treated at the hospital for several weeks, he died on November 30, 1996, after suffering a heart attack during a performance at a gala benefit at the Women's Club of Minneapolis. Number 3. Tommy Cooper. Tommy Cooper was a Welsh prop comedian and magician. As an entertainer, his appearance was large, and he habitually wore a red fez when performing. He died on April 15, 1984, after suffering a heart attack during a live broadcast of Live from Her Majesty. Many people watching believe that his collapsing was just part of his act. Number 4. Lee Morgan. Lee Morgan was an American jazz trumpeter and composer. One of the key hard bop musicians of the 1960s, Morgan came to prominence in his late teens. A legend of jazz, Lee Morgan died on February 19, 1972. He was shot by his common-law wife Helen Moore in between sets at Slug Saloon in New York. He bled to death before the ambulance arrived at the scene. Number 5. John Ritter. John Ritter died on September 11, 2003, after he fell ill on the set of his show 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. He was rushed to the hospital where he was misdiagnosed with a heart attack. He was later found to have had an aortic dissection, but it was too late to save his life. Number 6. Dimebag Darrell. Dimebag Darrell was an American musician. He was the guitarist of the heavy metal bands Pantera and Damageplan, both of which he co-founded alongside his brother Vinnie Paul. Musician Dimebag Darrell was shot and killed on December 8, 2004, during a performance with his band Damageplan. The gunman Nathan Gale did not give any reason for the shooting, but it is suspected that he was angry that Pantera had broken up. Number 7. Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee was an American actor and martial artist, establishing himself as a rising action star in the early 1990s. He died on March 31, 1993, after being accidentally shot on the set of The Crow. A prop gun was not properly secured, causing the fatal accident. He was 28 years old. Number 8. Owen Hart. Owen James Hart was a Canadian-American professional wrestler who worked for several promotions including Stampede Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, World Championship Wrestling, and the World Wrestling Federation. He died on May 23, 1999, after falling to his death when a stunt went wrong during a pay-per-view event. He died because of internal bleeding as a result of his injuries. Number 9. Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin was an Australian zookeeper, conservationist, television personality, wildlife expert, and environmentalist. On September 4, 2006, he was filming the documentary series Ocean's Deadliest at Bat Reef near Port Douglas, Queensland, when he decided to snorkel nearby during a break. While swimming in shallow water, Irwin was stabbed a stingray's barb, which pierced his heart and caused him to bleed to death. Number 10. John Eric Hexum. John Eric Hexum was an American actor and model. He died after shooting himself with a gun on October 12, 1984, while filming an episode of the TV series Cover Up. There was a delay in filming and Hexum became restless, so he began playing around with what he thought was an unloaded prop gun. He spun the cylinder and, as if playing Russian roulette, put the revolver to his head and pulled the trigger. The shot caused a massive brain hemorrhaging that resulted in Hexum's death. Number 11. Carmen Miranda. Carmen Miranda was a Portuguese-born Brazilian samba singer, dancer, Broadway actress and film star who was active from the late 1920s onwards. On August 4, 1955, Carmen Miranda collapsed while performing on The Jimmy Durante Show. She regained her composure and finished the performance, but she suffered a fatal heart attack the following morning. Number 12. John Candy. John Candy was a Canadian actor and comedian known mainly for his work in Hollywood films. He died of a heart attack on March 4, 1994, while on location in Mexico filming Wagons East. He was 43 years old. Number 13. Bruce Hampton. Bruce Hampton was an American musician. He died on May 1, 2017, during a concert in honor of his birthday. The musician, who turned 70 on April 30, was playing an encore performance when he collapsed. Many in the audience and on stage thought it was part of his performance, which delayed their reactions. He died a few hours later at an Atlanta hospital. Number 14. Red Fox. John Elroy Sanford, better known by his stage name Red Fox, was an American stand-up comedian and actor. He died on October 11, 1991, after suffering a heart attack on the set of The Royal Family. When he first grabbed his chest, several members of the cast and crew thought that he was joking, performing the gag that he made famous on Sanford and Son. Number 15. Nick Menzer. Nicholas Menzer was an American musician best known as the former drummer for thrash metal band Megadeth from 1989 to 1998. He died on stage in 2016. The 51-year-old was performing in Los Angeles with his progressive jazz trio when he suddenly collapsed. Audience members delivered CPR but could not revive him. It is suspected that he died of a heart attack. Number 16. Marty Feldman. Marty Feldman was a British actor, comedian, and comedy writer. He was known for his prominent, misaligned eyes. Marty Feldman died of a heart attack on December 2, 1982, while on location in Mexico filming Outpouring. He was 48 years old. Number 17. Tyrone Power. Tyrone Power was an American actor. From the 1930s to the 1950s, Power appeared in dozens of films, often in swashbuckler roles or romantic leads. He died on November 15, 1958, after suffering a heart attack while filming Solomon and Sheba. Yul Brynner replaced Power in the film. Number 18. Nelson Eddy. Nelson Eddy was an American actor and baritone singer who appeared in 19 musical films during the 1930s and 1940s, as well as in opera and on the concert stage, radio, television, and in nightclubs. He died on March 6, 1967 of a cerebral hemorrhage. He was performing at the Sans Souci Hotel in Palm Beach, Florida at the time of the incident and died a few hours later. Number 19. Irene Ryan. Irene Ryan was an American actress and comedian who found success in vaudeville, radio, film, television, and Broadway. Beverly Hillbillies actress Irene Ryan suffered a stroke on March 10, 1973, during a performance of Pippin. She died on April 26, 1973, due to complications with the stroke. Number 20. Karl Wallenda. Karl Wallenda was a German-American high-wire artist and founder of the Flying Wallendas, a daredevil circus act which performed dangerous stunts, often without a safety net. Daredevil Karl Wallenda fell to his death on March 22, 1978, while attempting to walk on a wire between the two towers of the 10-story Condado Plaza Hotel in San Juan, Puerto Rico. He was 73 years old. Number 21. Dick Shawn. Dick Shawn was an American actor and comedian. He played a wide variety of supporting roles and was a prolific character actor. Comedian Dick Shawn died on April 17, 1987 after suffering a heart attack during a performance at UC San Diego's Mandeville Hall. The audience waited for 5 minutes after Shawn initially collapsed, thinking that it was part of his act. Number 22. Maria Mekaban. Maria Mekaban was a South African singer, songwriter, actress, and civil rights activist. Singer Mekaban died on November 9, 2008, after suffering a heart attack while performing in Castel Volturno.